Welcome to the University of Lynchburg, and thank you for joining us for tonight's White Coat ceremony. My name is Alan, and I'm the director of the Doctor of Physical Therapy program. On behalf of my faculty and colleagues, we're excited to formally welcome this group of students into our profession through the presentation of White Coats. We will begin the ceremony with opening remarks offered by class president Haley Thomas, followed by welcoming remarks from University President Dr. Allison Morrison-Shetler and the Dean of the School of Medicine and Health Sciences, Dr. Jenna Ross.
You've weathered our irritable phone calls, the stress-induced rants, and yes, even the occasional crisis of whether we've made the right choice, or if we'll ever even make it through. It is you that have been our biggest cheerleaders, our therapists, and our greatest supporters. This white coat tonight is just as much ours as it is yours. Your sacrifices and belief in us have made this achievement possible, and for that we are profoundly grateful. Though the words thank you never feel like enough, they are just the start of our expression of gratitude for all that you've done and will continue to do. Today, you are just one step closer to getting your very own personal physical therapist. To those we have been blessed with to know more recently, our remarkable faculty and staff, where do we even begin? You guys have taught us so much, not just about physical therapy, but also about being better people. Your presence makes this program truly exceptional. Graduate school can be an intimidating chapter, but who would have thought we'd be getting high fives from professors before practicals, or enjoying weekly dad jokes from our very own Dr. Blair and Dr. Prince. In such a short time, you've challenged and inspired us, and at times you've reminded us that physical therapy often boils down to just the answer of, it just depends. Your unwavering commitment to our education and growth assures me that we will be well prepared to step into the world of physical therapy with the ability to face adversity as critical thinkers. We appreciate every lecture, piece of advice, office hour, whether that be needing to learn or cry, and endless encouraging emails to remind us that we are capable, and that is why we are here. I have never been a part of or heard of a program quite like this one. It truly is special, and it makes me feel even luckier that I get to be here learning from you all. Lastly, but not certainly least, my fellow cohort members, who have now become some of my closest friends. What a journey it has been so far. From our first day of orientation, where we all looked around frantically, terrified and excited for what was coming, you have all absolutely blown me away. This group consists of not only some of the most intelligent people, but some of the kindest people I've ever met. Over the summer, we've made countless memories, whether it was competitive study nights with Kahoot at friends' houses, or nearly needing physical therapy ourselves after intense beach volleyball games. I'm incredibly grateful for meeting you all on this challenging yet rewarding experience. We are a unique team, forged through shared struggles and successes. Every one of you are so vital to this team and truly deserve to be here. I can say in full confidence that all 51 of us tonight will achieve great things and change many lives. As we put on these coats tonight, may we remember the expectation that comes with them to strive for excellence in everything that we do moving forward. However, I know you all will rise to the occasion because you already have. Accept these coats tonight with humility, gratitude, and confidence as we continue through this program. Never lose sight of what we are working towards at First Patient. But for now, let's just be present in this moment and celebrate this accomplishment. Thank you.
our honored guests, our families, our friends, and most importantly, our physical therapy students. Welcome to this very, very special White Coat ceremony. Today, we celebrate your transition from the classroom into the real world of clinical practice. Today, you accept the privilege and responsibility of caring for patients. The white coat that you receive is more than just a garment. It's a symbol. It's a symbol of professionalism and responsibility, upholding the high ethical standards and responsibilities associated with physical therapy, and it is a sacred, sacred trust. Let this coat serve as a constant reminder of the unwavering commitment you have made to your patients and their well-being and in earning their trust. Beyond professionalism, the white coat is also a symbol of the utmost care and compassion. Physical therapy is not merely a technical skill, but a profound act of empathy, of understanding, and patient-centered care. And as you start to interact with your patients, let your white coat always be a beacon of hope, a symbol of the compassionate, the individualized care each one of your patients deserves. Today's ceremony is not just a rite of passage, but a celebration of your achievements and a culmination of your hard work that has brought you here today and your dedication to your craft. You have been mentored and guided by your exceptional faculty and who have instilled in you the knowledge, skills, and compassion necessary to become exceptional healthcare providers. And I know all of these people, and I know that they're awesome, and I'm going to be there for you every step of the way. Students, you are the generation that will push this profession forward, creating new pathways for innovation in physical therapy. Rest assured you are well prepared for this journey and will be well prepared for this journey because you have already worked tirelessly to get to here, and that effort will be well recognized as you progress through this program. You now entering a rewarding season of your life where you have the extraordinary opportunity to make tangible difference in people's lives, and you will be guided by these amazing mentors along that pathway. So as you take this next step in your career, I urge you to do so as trustworthy, effective leaders who shape caring communities. It's the mission and vision of this institution that we produce trustworthy, effective leaders who shape caring communities. And I want you to think about that every time you go into the community and work with the community, because you're consistently making a positive difference in the lives of those that you serve. So congratulations. Today you stand on the threshold of a new beginning. Embrace the opportunity with open hearts and minds, confident in your abilities and driven by your unwavering commitment to this undeniably life-changing profession that you have chosen. Because as your president, I can tell you, I am so very, very proud of you. Congratulations.
Good evening. My name is Jenna Ross. I'm honored to serve as the Dean for the School of Medicine and Health Sciences. It's my distinct honor and privilege to be here today to partake in a tradition that marks the beginning of an extraordinary journey. Today is a milestone for you. The White represents the trust that society places in you as future healthcare providers. It signifies compassion, professionalism, and the responsibility that comes with caring for others. As you take this important step in your education, remember that the white coat also carries the weight of expectation, not only in terms of academic and clinical excellence, but also in terms of integrity, empathy, and dedication to your patients. You are embarking on a rigorous academic and clinical journey that will challenge you in ways you may not yet anticipate. The path ahead will be filled with long hours, difficult decisions, and moments where you'll need to dig deep to find strength you didn't know you had. But this journey will also be one of tremendous growth, discovery, and fulfillment. You are stepping into a profession that is grounded in improving the quality of life for individuals, and the impact you will have as a physical therapist cannot be overstated. Today is about more than the white coat you will wear. It's about embracing the values of the profession and committing to a lifelong pursuit of knowledge, compassion, and excellence. You're not just learning how to treat injuries or improve mobility, you're learning how to connect with people, to understand their needs, and to make a profound difference in their lives. As the Dean of the School of Medicine and Health Sciences, I want you to know that we are here to support you every step of the way. You have an incredible team of faculty, mentors, and fellow students who are committed to helping you succeed. Take advantage of the resources available to you and never hesitate to reach out for guidance or assistance. You are not alone on this journey. This is an exciting time as new research, technology, and innovative approaches to care are transforming the healthcare field. In this journey, you are not just preparing for the present, you are preparing for the future of healthcare. You are the next generation of leaders who will shape practice guidelines and who will find new ways to restore health and movement to those in need. I encourage each of you to approach your studies with curiosity, resilience, and an open heart. Embrace the challenges ahead because they will make you stronger, more skilled, and more compassionate. And remember, the white coat represents your dedication to becoming not just excellent clinicians, but also thoughtful, empathetic, and ethical professionals. Congratulations to each of you on reaching this important moment. We are thrilled to have you in the School of Medicine and Health Sciences and excited for all that you accomplish in the years to come. Welcome to the start of an incredible journey. Thank you.
You're going to hear a lot about the white coat, I think. Well, welcome all. Congratulations to the class of 2027. You're well on your way to becoming a physical therapist, and we're delighted to share this experience with you, your family members, and your friends. This evening, I want to briefly focus on 3 main topics, and my hope is that you'll spend some time thinking about these things over the next 2+ years as you work on figuring out the kind of therapist you want to be. First, I want to highlight the importance and symbolism of the white coat again, and today's ceremony. I also want to mention 3 of the important characteristics physical therapists must possess in order to be successful. And finally, I want to share my vision of where your generation of physical therapists will take our profession. So here we go. The history and significance of the white coat and white coat ceremony. Prior to the 20th century, the white coat was only worn by laboratory scientists. It was later adopted by physicians and other healthcare providers starting around 1915. Practically speaking, the white coat keeps your clothes clean, helps patients and others recognize you as a healthcare professional, and it serves as a reservoir for frequently needed items. Symbolically, it's worn to remind us of our professional duties and our obligation to our patients, and it's meant to represent our specialized knowledge, ethical responsibility, and professional integrity. In addition, it reminds us of our background in the basic sciences, which is the foundation of our practice. The white coat ceremony began in the 1990s. Like the coat itself, it publicly reminds you of your professional obligations and the commitment you're making to your patients. Additionally, the ceremony formally welcomes you into our profession as a colleague. So every time you wear your coat, I want you to remember why you picked this career, and I want you to remember the trust placed on you by your patients and families. When you're tired and you want to go home, let the white coat remind you of your duty and obligation to those that Number one, you have to have a broad knowledge. You must also understand that that knowledge that you'll receive at the end of your 3 years here is not nearly enough. So you must commit to being a lifelong learner. Through lifelong learning and practice, your knowledge will get deeper, and your practice as a physical therapist will become refined. Part of that refinement is developing the self-assurance to admit when you don't know something, so you have the confidence to seek advice and counsel from colleagues across the healthcare continuum. The second characteristic needed I can't talk today. The second characteristic needed to succeed as a healthcare provider is encourage your patients to put your patients' needs first. This sounds easy, but too often during the COVID pandemic, we saw and experienced the devastating effects of putting ourselves first. Patients were made to suffer and die alone in hospital beds without loved ones because we were afraid. This tragedy must serve as a reminder that it's not about you, it's about your patients. And the third quality a healthcare provider should possess is trustworthiness. Patients put their lives in our hands every day. During the most stressful time in their lives, patients ask us to help them make life and death decisions. You build trust with patients by being an active listener, providing honest responses when asked hard questions, showing empathy, following through, and respecting patient and family wishes even when you disagree. Trust is not given, it's earned, so make it your mission to earn your patient's trust. And the last thing I want to share are my thoughts on the future of our profession. Like all hopes and dreams, there are challenges that must be overcome, and we're fortunate to work in a profession full of young and passionate individuals. And a growing number of you are recognizing that our clients and future clients deserve better than today's healthcare model often delivers. Currently, many elements of medical and healthcare delivery systems are impersonal and reactive rather than proactive. Special interests seek to grow patient dependence on the services and products medical and healthcare providers prescribe. I'd like PT to lead the way in breaking that cycle of dependence and reactivity. I'd like for us to be the solution to the chronic disease crisis we're seeing today. Metabolic disease, cardiovascular disease, Alzheimer's, and cancers will always exist. But we have the tools and knowledge to help our patients delay the onset of these diseases and live longer, more healthy years. The solution to the pandemic of chronic illness and dependence on the healthcare system isn't elusive. In fact, we have all the tools we need to fight this pandemic, and physical therapists are better equipped than anyone else to lead this fight. Wellness, prevention, and education are the future of our practice. With direct access, we're now on the front lines. Our scope of practice allows us to educate our patients on methods to improve wellness and health span, and our expertise in exercise prescription and other wellness practices means we can give our patients the tools and knowledge they need to live longer, healthier lives free from chronic diseases. To conclude, today is a special day in your journey to become physical therapists. I want you to wear your coat with pride, but more importantly, I want you to commit to being a lifelong learner. And every time you wear your coat, I want you to remember the trust you have with your patients and clients, and to give every individual you care for the undivided attention and respect they deserve. I also want you to accept the challenge of moving our profession forward. I know our profession is in safe hands, and I look forward to taking this journey with you. So, congratulations. This year, I have the honor and privilege of introducing Dr. Tyler France as the alumni speaker. Dr. France is a member of Lynchburg College's 2017 cohort. Since graduating, Dr. France has completed an orthopedic residency and become ABPTS certified in orthopedics. For several years after residency, Dr. France practiced in an outpatient orthopedic setting, treating patients with a variety of orthopedic conditions. Now, Dr. France is a valued member of the faculty at the University of Lynchburg, teaching courses in anatomy, kinesiology, and orthopedics. We are fortunate to have him here this evening to share his unique alumni perspective. Thank you, Dr. France.
That's quite the reception. Don't worry, everybody. I scratched out all the lines I wrote about the white coat. I couldn't say it any better myself. Good evening, everybody. As Dr. Moore told you guys, I'm Tyler France, reflections and insights that I wish I had known during my time in physical therapy school. First and foremost, embrace the learning process. You are stepping into a rigorous and demanding field, but remember, every challenge is an opportunity. If you haven't already, you will experience times that you may feel overwhelmed, questioning whether or not you're on the right path. I can assure you that feeling is normal. The race through physical therapy school should be treated like a marathon, not a sprint. Pace yourself, be patient with your progress, and be sure to celebrate the small victories along the way, like this one. Learning is not merely about acquiring knowledge, but expanding our perspectives, challenging our assumptions, and developing resilience. Embracing the learning process means acknowledging that mastery is not an endpoint, but a continuous pursuit. It means being open to new ideas, welcoming feedback, and viewing challenge as an opportunity rather than an obstacle. When we embrace this opportunity with a growth mindset, we can transform our failures into stepping stones and see every experience as a chance to evolve. Let us celebrate the process of learning, both the courage it demands and the wisdom it imparts. By doing so, we not only enrich our own lives, but we also inspire those around us to pursue their own paths of discovery and growth. Number 2, build strong connections with your peers and faculty, and I believe you all are already well on the way for this one, which is good. In addition to your family and friends in the room tonight, your classmates will become your allies, your sounding boards, and your support system. Collaborate, share knowledge, and lean on each other when times get tough. The bonds you form now will not only enrich your educational experience, but also become invaluable to you as you enter the professional world. I cannot begin to tell you how impactful the relationships I've developed with some of the folks on this stage have been in my own personal career. Don't underestimate the wisdom of your professors and your mentors. They say you learn a lot more from failures than your successes. We have had a lot more chances to fail than you. Please take that advice from us so that you don't have to fail as much as yourself, and you can be better therapists than any of us would ever hope to be. Number 3, seek out diverse experiences. Take every opportunity while you're here to gain exposure to different patient populations, practice settings, and clinical specialties. The field of physical therapy is diverse, encompassing various specialties such as orthopedics, neurology, pediatrics, geriatrics, and my personal favorite, sports medicine. Gaining experience in different areas helps you identify your interests and strengths, guiding you towards a specialty that most well fits your passion and skills. For those of you who are only interested in ortho, I can speak from experience to tell you that you will have to use skills that you learned in neuro, pediatrics, prosthetics and orthotics, and cardiopulm, to mention a few, in your practice. You'd be doing yourself a disservice if you pour all of your attention into one specialty throughout school and put everything else on the back burner. Though you may have entered physical therapy school with some preconceived notion about where you want to work when you graduate, I encourage you to take these next couple years to try new things when the stakes are relatively low. Remember, growth only occurs at the edge of your comfort zone. Number 4, most importantly probably, take care of yourself. It's easy to get caught up in the demands of the program, of which there are many, and neglect your own well-being. But remember, you cannot pour more from an empty cup. Make time for activities that rejuvenate you, whether it's exercise, hobbies, intramural sports, hacky sack, spending time with your loved ones. For you guys, mostly hacky sack, we'll be honest. Balancing your academic responsibilities with self-care will not only help you maintain your mental and physical health, but it will also enhance your ability to become an effective clinician. Number 5, never stop asking questions. In this field, curiosity is your greatest asset. Don't be afraid to dive deeper into concepts that you don't fully understand. Sometimes, and this hurts my feelings, the best learning happens outside of the classroom, in the form of additional readings, discussions, and hands-on practice. Embrace a mindset of lifelong learning. It's essential for keeping up with advancements in the field and providing the best care for your future patients. I was recently watching the TV show Ted Lasso. I would highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. each with their own stories, challenges, and perspectives. It's easy to make quick judgments based on appearances or first impression, but the true essence of compassionate care lies in your curiosity. Being curious means approaching each patient with an open mind and a willingness to understand their unique experiences. It's about asking questions, seeking to uncover the underlying causes of their issues, and listening deeply and intently to their story. When you're curious, you engage with your patients on a deeper level, which builds trust and fosters a stronger therapeutic alliance. On the other hand, being judgmental can create barriers. It limits your ability to see the whole person and understand their needs fully. Judgments can cloud your interactions, making it harder to provide the empathetic and effective care that are the hallmark of a great physical therapist. As you move forward, remember that every patient you meet is an individual on their own journey. Your role is to be a guide and partner in their healing process, and not to impose your own preconceived notions or solutions upon them. By embracing curiosity, you open the door to learning, growth, and a connection with your patients. So as you start this exciting chapter of your lives, carry this principle with you. Let curiosity drive your practice. It'll enrich your interactions, enhance your effectiveness, and make you a more compassionate and insightful clinician. Congratulations to all of you all on meeting this milestone. The road ahead is challenging, but it's also filled with plenty of opportunities to really make an impact. Embrace each of these opportunities with an open mind and an open heart, and you'll find that the path to becoming a remarkable physical therapist is one that will bring you significant personal growth. So welcome to the profession. Thank you all for letting me be a part of your story.
Good evening. Welcome to the Hornet Hive. I'm Dr. Steve Elam. I have been a faculty member here for 14 years, and I am a grad from the ED program in 2016. It is my distinct honor to introduce our speaker tonight, Dr. Tony Grillo. Dr. Grillo is an esteemed physical therapist with extensive experience in orthopedic and manual therapy and practices in Williamsburg, Virginia. He holds both an undergraduate and master's degrees from Nazareth College in Rochester, New York. He later completed his doctorate in physical therapy at Virginia Commonwealth University. Dr. Grillo completed an orthopedic manual therapy fellowship at Regis University in Denver, Colorado. He is a board-certified orthopedic clinical specialist and holds an additional certification in integrated manual therapy, further demonstrating his commitment to the highest standards of patient care. As a fellow of the American Academy of Orthopedic Manual Physical Therapists, that's what FAAOMPT means after his name, Dr. Grillo has achieved one of the highest recognitions in the field of orthopedics. He shares his expertise through his teaching roles as an adjunct instructor at Arcadia University residency program and as a faculty member in various continuing education programs. Dr. Grillo's leadership extends beyond the classroom and the clinic. He's a longtime member of the American Physical Therapy Association and currently is finishing his second term as the president of APTA Virginia, where he advocates for the growth and development of our profession every day. Today we celebrate this important milestone in your journey towards becoming a physical therapist, and we are honored to have Dr. Grillo here to share his wisdom and leadership. Please join me with a rousing hornet welcome for our keynote speaker, Dr. Tony Grillo.
Thank you very much, Dr. Elam, for that very gracious introduction. And a big thank you to Lynchburg University and the faculty for giving me the honor to be able to be here and speak with you today. And most importantly, congratulations to all of you for this wonderful accomplishment. This is just one of many memorable steps that I hope will be a very rewarding career for each of you. You know, being in practice for over 20 years now, and what I imagine is the midpoint of my career, I'd like to think that I consider myself only moderately ancient. But in my own physical therapy education, I never had the privilege of is one more symbol of the progression and the advancement of our profession. One thing I can tell you, looking back over the last 20 years, is that that advancement did not come easily or without significant work and sacrifice from countless people. The privileges and experiences that we have and enjoy practicing each day are because we're standing on the shoulders of so many folks before us, and many of them you'll soon be working alongside. We've truly come a long way, but as they say, we still have a long way to go. When we first embark on our careers and school, we don't think much about the profession as a whole. We're too focused on learning the content, passing the tests and practicals, getting a job, and navigating the flood of responsibility that comes with being a new and independent practitioner. And that's perfectly normal for that stage of life. But as we settle in and get more comfortable with our new roles, there are certain questions that should always be in the back of your mind, kind of growing like a seed. And those are, number one, how can I not only contribute to the advancement of my career, but to the advancement of my profession? Two, how can I not only represent myself, but all physical therapists every day? Three, how can I ultimately leave the profession better than when I entered it? And four, what can I do to change the experience of the future generations of students who will someday be sitting right here with their own white coats? In my own journey, there have been several what I'll call transition moments, or points that have altered my course to this point. Some forks in the road, so to speak. They're both very similar, and I'd like to tell you briefly about a couple of them. The first came very early in my career, around year 3. At that point, I was honestly very seriously considering leaving the profession, but instead I decided to go and do my DPT. So for some context, when I graduated in 2003, that was kind of a point of transition where a lot of programs were going from the master's degree to the doctorate degree. But most were still graduating with a master's degree. The second time was in 2014 when I decided to do the fellowship in orthopedic manual therapy. And the common thread here that prompted both of these evolutions in my life were the points where I kind of felt stuck. Which is a nice way of saying that I was kind of disappointed and oftentimes flat out ashamed of what I saw going around me professionally. I regularly saw providers who gave minimal effort, didn't seem to bother to keep up with the ever-changing knowledge and literature, used out-of-date practices, and would tell patients that things were flat out wrong or outdated. In a word, I felt they were lazy. And this bothered me for several reasons. The first being that I consider myself to have a very high work ethic and a professional standard. But also that it's ultimately the patient who suffered the most, followed immediately by the image of our profession. Those individuals are not just representing themselves, they are representing me. They're representing my profession. Those aren't the actions that contribute to the advancement of our profession, but quite the opposite. In the context of history and healthcare as a whole, physical therapy, we're an emerging and relatively new profession. And what each of us does, says, and portrays makes a difference every single day. I was fortunate enough to be able to see and understand what it was that was going on around me that made me feel that way, and use those passions to drive change and improvement in my own work life. It's ultimately one of the reasons I'm standing before you today representing APTA Virginia as our current president. In addition to being one of the many ways I try to contribute to the advancement of the profession and give back, quite frankly, over the years I've been so outspoken with my opinions about how we can improve the profession that I honestly felt it was time to put my actions where my mouth was. So I assure you that you're not the first people to hear one of my stump speeches, and thank you for giving me one more opportunity to go on a rant. In your careers, there will most certainly be times of positivity and negativity. The trick is to ride the waves of positivity when they roll in, and use the negativity to drive your own personal and professional change for the better. None of us are perfect, and at many points in time, every one of us will be wrong, and at some point, every one of us will certainly attempt something and fail. Making the effort to better yourself every day, and making the effort to learn from your mistakes, is what ultimately will make you the most successful. You know, we talk about professional advocacy a lot in our work with APTA and state chapter. And we're always encouraging advocacy from our clinicians from all different specialties. We're trying to advance the profession. But it wasn't year that I experienced firsthand how many forms advocacy can take on and how many layers that word really has. When we talk about professional advocacy, most people envision giving talks and sitting down with legislators and trying to drive change. And ultimately, this is intimidating for a lot of folks, and they end up shying away from the concept of advocating for themselves in the profession. And while those things are a part of what we do, advocacy takes many similar forms. Many of you may be aware that last year we were able to get some very significant legislation passed with direct access that essentially eliminated most of the barriers with regards to the requirements of referral and further established physical therapists as primary care providers in Virginia. The legislation encompassed multiple specialties and multiple services. And not only was this a culmination of 15 plus years of work and gradual steps over those years, it was the embodiment of multiple facets of advocacy. Of course, when we advocated with all the methods that would come to mind, as I previously mentioned, but aside from all the research and education, awareness, etc., it was the impact of one thing in particular that hit me like a truck. I was shocked how many legislators stood up and spoke of personal experience seeing a physical therapist that was so positive that it influenced them to vote in favor of our legislation. By providing high-quality, evidence-based examination and care and achieving a positive outcome, each of those therapists, without even knowing it, advocated and had a positive and meaningful impact on their profession. I don't have to tell you that scenario could easily have gone the other way. Some of the most powerful advocacy, representation of the profession, and contribution towards progress is not a singular magical event, but it takes place every day with every patient you see and every future student you pass your knowledge on to. With great power comes great responsibility. That phrase became famous in the Spider-Man movie, but it was actually Winston Churchill in 1906 who, as part of the speech, said, "Where there is great power, there is great responsibility. Where there is less power, there is less responsibility. And where there is no power, there can, I think, be no responsibility." So today I've decided I'm going to adapt my own version of that and say with increased autonomy comes increased responsibility and accountability. The white coats you're now wearing represent autonomy, progress, sacrifice, and a commitment by those who wear them to take that responsibility both proudly and humbly. They demand that you embody what they symbolize every day to your patients, your colleagues, and ultimately, the profession. Thank you all again for the honor of letting me be part of this very special day. I'm proud of all of you for entering into this journey, and wish you nothing but the best. Thank you.
All right, we've heard a lot about white coats and what they symbolize, and now we're going to have the opportunity to actually don those white coats. So we invite you students to come up where they will be assisted with their donning of the white coat and officially welcomed into the profession by their faculty advisor. All right, Spencer Alvin.
Let's go, Spencer!
Samantha Baldwin.
George
Lucy. Isaiah McGee. Okay, I promise there'll be more picture opportunities outside. So what we'd like to do now is I'd like to invite any other fellow physical therapists that are in the audience today to join us in reciting the professional oath. If there's physical therapists, please go ahead and stand. And our newly white-coated students, please go ahead and respond the oath with us as well. Okay? In the presence of my colleagues, friends, family, faculty, and the people of the honor and discussion to which I am entering, I solemnly and wholeheartedly dedicate myself to the following. I embrace my responsibility and accountability to the individual I serve, to the profession of physical therapy, and ultimately to society as a whole. I will practice physical therapy with compassion, patience, and empathy, recognizing the potential vulnerabilities of my patients and clients. I will place the welfare of my patients above my own self-interest. I will preserve and value the dignity of those who seek my care, and will respect them, the choices they make, and the confidential nature of our relationship. I will relate to other professionals, care providers, patients, and patients' family members with respect and integrity in order to promote the best interests of the patient. I will not allow my judgment to be influenced by greed or unethical behavior, and I will expect the same of my colleagues. I will be a responsible steward of healthcare resources and participate in efforts to meet the healthcare needs of people locally and nationally and globally. I will be humble and recognize my limitations. I dedicate myself to being a lifelong learner, seeking to augment and expand my knowledge and the knowledge of my current and future colleagues through consultation, education, and research. I commit myself to the highest ideals of service, learning, practice, and professionalism for the betterment of society. Thus, with this oath, and upon my personal and professional honor, I freely accept all the obligations and many rewards which will accompany my practice of physical therapy.
Congratulations again. So before Class Vice President Ben Woolhouse offers his closing words, I want to invite students and their guests to join the faculty and staff for refreshments in Shule Hall immediately after the ceremony. It's over there. In addition, I want to offer special thanks to Max DeVille and Caitlin Kelly for organizing the ceremony and ensuring that And lastly, guests should exit the chapel through the side doors. I think there's some doors on the side. And students and faculty will exit through the main doors opposite the platform where a photographer will take pictures in front of the chapel. Family members may join us up there after you get outside. Students, please remain standing. Guests can remain seated. And Bill Woolhouse will now offer his closing remarks.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ben Woolhouse, and it is my honor to represent my fellow classmates as the Vice President of the DPT class of 2027. I want to start by extending our sincere gratitude to the amazing staff and faculty who have committed themselves to our success and development. Already, we have seen the passion, wisdom, and genuine empathy each of them demonstrate in class each day. I would also like to again thank all of the family and friends, both present and absent today, who have been the foundation that brought us to this moment. Your continued support will propel each one of us down this path, providing the love and encouragement we need to overcome any challenges that will certainly arise. Each student standing with me today represents an individual journey characterized by sacrifice, labor, and commitment. I know this to be true because I have witnessed these habits demonstrated day in and day out by my classmates, as well as the product of success that follows. For that reason, I am confident that each of you positively influence the well-being of those around you, the profession of physical therapy, and the communities you will be a part of. We have all been given the gifts of empathy, intellect, patience, problem-solving, and healing. And it is my hope and prayer that each of us use these abilities with integrity and professionalism. I've been truly inspired by each of you and look forward to our continued collaboration. As many have mentioned before me, these white coats we now wear represent our commitment to the health community, our entrance into never lose sight of the reason we each chose to enter this amazing profession. Before we conclude, I would like to invite everyone to the reception where you can enjoy light refreshments and food in the atrium of Shul directly to the left of this building. Thank you once again, and let's enjoy this opportunity to celebrate such a meaningful